real reason why Doc Brown and Marty McFly in Back to the Future are friends is way weirder than you think. Like seriously, think of the weirdest possible explanation in your mind and this blows it out of the water. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies, but I, like many other people, have always kind of wondered why Doc Brown, an elderly scientist, is friends with Marty McFly, a rock music obsessed teenager with no apparent interest in science. The only vague explanation that the movie gives is that Marty McFly likes to go over to Doc's house and play his giant guitar amp that he built. But still, how did they even meet in the first place? How did the topic of the guitar amp come up? It's never explained. But the thing is that it is actually explained in early versions of the script, like this one, which is the fourth draft from 1984. And in all these early drafts of the script, it's explained that Doc Brown has squandered his entire family fortune trying to build the time machine. And so in order to make some money, he starts bootlegging adult films and he hires Marty McFly to basically sell the tapes to his fellow students at his high school. So Doc Brown is a smut peddler and Marty McFly is his dealer. In fact, you can kind of tell reading these scripts that it was originally supposed to be drugs, that Doc Brown was making some kind of drugs in his lab and then Marty McFly was selling them. It makes more sense with him being a scientist. But then at some point they realized it was maybe a little bit too far and then they changed it. There's also a bunch of other big changes they made to the final film from these scripts. Like for instance, Einstein, Doc Brown's dog, was originally a monkey. And the time machine was originally not a DeLorean or a car at all. It was a refrigerator, which I think they changed because there was concern that kids would be climbing into their fridges and getting stuck, which used to be a problem before they added new safety features to modern fridges. However, at one point early on in the process, they pitched the movie to Disney, and so they did a big rewrite of the script to make it overall more family friendly. So they got rid of the refrigerator thing, and they also got rid of the adult film subplot for obvious reasons. But they didn't come up with a new explanation for why Doc and Marty are friends. They just didn't explain it. Now, Disney still famously passed on Back to the Future because they found the subplot of Marty McFly's mom being in love with him to be very strange, but they kept the new family-friendly version of the script and eventually sold it to Universal Studios. And that's the version that we got. Now, you might be saying, oh, these were early drafts of the film. That's not canon. But the thing is that unlike the monkey thing or the refrigerator thing that were actually changed to something different, we never got an explanation in the final movie for why Doc and Marty are friends. So for all that we know, this is still the reason.